Here is a Polar Cub fan. It's a little 8-inch model. Let's show you guys the information tag. It says, made by the A.C. Gilbert Company, New Haven, Con, USA. It says 115 volts, 60 watts, 60 cycles. Category number A420. Call alternating current only. I don't know if that's more French or not, or more Spanish, but that's definitely a language I can't read. And whatever this is, I'm sure some people are going to scream in the comments about it. So, I got this fan at an antique store, for pretty cheap actually, and unfortunately, this fan does have a couple issues with it. I've not done any work to it. You can see the switch is busted, and that's kind of dangerous because if someone was turning the switch, they would get zapped because the metal contacts on that switch are live once this fan is plugged in. So that's an issue. But thankfully, my local hardware store has those kind of switches, and I can just put a new one in. And also, when this fan runs, it makes a rattling sound, kind of like my Superior electric fan I've showed you guys a couple of years ago. But there's no screws on the motor housing on this fan. I don't know what it's secured with, but there's no screws on the motor housing. And I've not serviced one of these Polar Cub fans, so if anyone knows how to service one of these, I would love to get some information. If those are in fact rivets, I mean, that'll be fine because I have a class in high school that teaches about this kind of stuff. So, I mean, that's fine. If that's rivets, then fine. Because someone in my class can help me with that. This fan was, to my knowledge, one of those basic, cheap dime store fans. Would have been very inexpensive, brand new. And, yeah, it does show that. This fan does rattle when it's run. And I don't think that's what it was when it comes out of the factory. I mean, there is some play into the bearings. So I think that might be why. But, I mean, if that's the case, this would need new thrust washers. And I don't know if those are even common to be sold. But, yeah, if that's like that, and the thrust washers are worn, yeah, you'd probably have a pretty noisy fan. But anyway, here is what the cord looks like. This is the original cord, and believe it or not, there's no cracks on it. This is a perfect condition cord. I honestly find it very seldom to find a cord in this condition this old. Usually when I find cords this old, they're usually cracked or have a short in it, but this one is perfect. So that's the good side. And I'm not going to operate that switch with the condition that switch is in. I'm going to just plug it up because this is just an initial checkout. It blows pretty good air though. And there's that rattling noise I'm talking about. I think this thing needs new thrust washers. I did put some oil into the oil port, and it still makes that noise. Obviously, that's probably why it was very cheap. Yeah, it's not going to be entertaining to listen to it run like that. So, I'm going to see if someone out there can help me fix this thing. But once it's all tuned up, switch replaced, it'll be a great working fan. And when I get it working, I will make sure to make a better video of this fan. Because this is certainly not usable. But it will be usable once I tune this thing up a little bit. Unplug it. And there's no way to off the oscillation either. And I also tried tightening up the guard bolts. And those... Yep, those did not solve the problem, so I know that's not the problem. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you guys for watching. Bye.